things that I want you to talk about tonight. Many years ago, on radio, WOR especially, there was a gentleman by the name of Paul Harvey. And he always gave you the rest of the story. Well, I'm sort of taking his position tonight. I'm going to tell some of you the rest of the story. I was very, very upset to read on Facebook about the Bass statue. And it's very dear to my heart. I was there. I can say this without equivocation. I have something that none of you in the room, where I was there the day that they unveiled the statue. Albeit I was a little person, I was there. And I can remember Mrs. Basilone pulling the cover off. I can remember hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people being there. It was, for a 2-year-old to remember that, that must have been a pretty amazing sight. And when I read about the discrepancy in the statue, I was really, really upset. And let me just give you, as I said, the rest of the story. All of the statue was created, the base was created by private donations. And at that time, Raritan was only about maybe 2,500 people. And it was a typical blue-collar town, very much the way it is now, except it was a very close-knit town. And an aunt of mine who just passed away about a year ago was interviewed. And one of the questions was, well, how did you feel when Johnny died? And you got word that John had passed. And she said it was just as if my own brother had passed away. That's how close this town was. Keeping that in mind, if you look at the side of the base of the statue, there's a list of people who worked on the committee, men and women. And in 1947, that was a big thing to have a woman on a committee, who worked on it. My uncle was one of them. Names like Memoli, Russo, all of the hard-working people in this town. Let's fast forward a little bit to about 10 years ago, when I sat with you there. And we were talking about the Veterans Plaza. And we decided there's nobody that should be in that Veterans Plaza. Johnny should be the centerpiece. Yeah. So we talked to the county engineer. And he came out and he says, this is above my pay grade. Call the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian has specialized departments that work on statues, because Lord knows we've got a gazillion statues in the country. They came out with all of their contraptions and their laser beams and everything, and said to us, you cannot move it. Because having been there, at this point it was about 65 to 70 years. It was too fragile. It looked fine. You go up to it, you knock on his feet, it's fine. But it's too fragile to move. The base is too fragile to move. Leave it where it is. So that's what we did. We left it there, constructed the Veterans Plaza so that they're in conjunction with one another. The sculptor was a boyhood friend of John's. The base was constructed in another place and they were brought together. Now, the problem is that the base can't be moved either, because the base is very, very fragile. It looks sturdy, but the Smithsonian, and I trust them, said, no, it's got to stay where it is. So now we've come to the point where we've got the emblem, the Medal of Honor. Do you know which is which? Hard to see, I realize.
Yeah. I don't know, the medal's the Army one, but.
All right. 1947, the boys are just coming back from the war. They give this base to the stonemason. He's got a lot to do, because he's got the entire inscription on the back and the
So,
front.
do you know who made the base and who
Let-
was gifted
my
by
time,
the
my
way? Are
time.
we over 5 minutes now?
My
for the
time.
I'm at 4.5.
Why not?
Okay.
All right. So anyway. If there was a discrepancy about the emblem, about the Medal of Honor, the most important thing, and you should know this as a Marine, have gone through boot camp, the most important thing on that Medal of Honor are the 13 stars. It doesn't matter what medal is hanging from the bottom, but the 13 stars are the most important thing on that blue ribbon. Wait, let me finish.
No, you do understand. It's right here.
I know that.
The correct medal
I know
is
that.
depicted, has been depicted in, this isn't controversial.
I
You
know
get
that.
right?
I know
As
that.
a Marine, I'm not gonna let John Basilone have the incorrect Medal of Honor. This isn't some kind of controversy,
All right,
guys.
what
This
I'm-
is extremely disrespectful
What I'm
for
saying to
anybody to
you-
even
Excuse me.
make this an
Excuse me,
argument.
Excuse me.
it's not time to talk.
She as chair, she talks to me, not to council members.
Exactly.
So please don't get into a dialogue with no one.
The most important thing to remember is that at that point in time, I doubt that whoever did the stonemasonry work knew that there was a difference between the Army medal and the Navy medal. And that's the reason it's there. And if you look very carefully, because he wrote it over the last 75 years, and I should certainly hope that we're doing something special commemoration for the statue of the 75th anniversary. It's very difficult to see unless someone has taken a magnifying glass and looked at it. There's a very simple way to rectify it. Simply take and put the correct medal on there, put the Navy medal on there, not etch it in, but put another medal on top of it. If it's that important to do it after 75 years, then we do that.
Yeah, that's what the families agreed upon. And I do just want to say, Philip Orlando, the sculptor of the statue, he had nothing to do with the actual
No, he
grand
did
base.
not.
It was the John J. Goss Corporation in Boston, Massachusetts, and it was gifted towards the committee from a man named JoAnn Nelson in 1947. And he himself was just the local industrial commissioner at the time.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Now, the other thing that I want to say too is that when I sat where Nick sits, and even when I was teaching, I always praised in public and criticized in private. And this really should have been done that way so much.
I'm not
It
criticizing
should-
anyone. I'm not criticizing, all I'm saying is we need to fix the
Excuse me,
statute.
this is my
because of
time,
the
be
statute.
quiet.
We're well over your time.
I know.
There's other people from the public that actually
I know.
probably want to talk
Don't
as
be
well.
disrespectful.
Are we done speaking?
I lost my thought.
JoAnn, I talked with Kim, the Basilone family are handling everything. We have a plaque that's going to be adhered to it. We are washing the base the
Good.
right way.
Good.
She's handling it. The Basilone family asked us, we're going to re-bless the statue and do a little prayer after the new thing is presented, and we'll all happily ever after.
Good, and I hope that the Marine Corps is going to be putting a footstone for Donald at the base there, because
We can arrange that. Would you guys be interested in doing that? We can do that.
I remembered my thought, and it was that I praised the public and I criticized in private. And really, this should have been brought, if you felt strongly about it, and obviously you do from your reaction,
Yeah.
it should have been taken to the parade committee first, or to the family first,
So
rather than put on Facebook.
the parade committee wasn't established until 1983, 40 years after the erection of the
Excuse
statue.
me. No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
The parade committee was established in 1981 by
Oh,
then Mayor
1981.
Frank Del Rocco.
1981, 40 years after the erection of the
But nobody-
statue. So why would I reach out to the Basilone Parade Committee to take care of the statue? Please tell me, are they stonemasons? Do they have experience with the statue? It's never been under their jurisdiction.
Please,
It's
this
never been under their
is one
jurisdiction.
comment, this isn't really a point for
It's
Never.
not appropriate. It's not
Excuse me.
appropriate. You have a time to speak during your committee reports. But what I am saying to you is that it should have been done privately, either with the family or with the parade committee. This is what I found. Maybe we need to fix it. It didn't have to be splashed all over Facebook.
This is Naval and Marine Corps history. We have
I
an
know.
Army medal on a Marine's statue. You guys are lucky I'm not reaching out to the Marine Corps Naval Heritage Society and having them get involved with this statue as well. So, like,
For it.
seriously, guys, I don't understand what the controversy is
Excuse me,
here.
where, the controversy is the way it was done,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
That's what I'm taking umbrage with, it's the way it was done.
That a United States Marine can post about the largest Marine statue in town having an Army Medal of Honor on it. That is something. I don't know where you get off. I don't.
Excuse me.
I know.
All right. JoAnn, thank you for your comment.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time. Anyone else would like to speak at this time?